Hello everyone, welcome to CodeChef. Myself Jala Charasi, and today we're going to solve the problem which came into Starters 241. The name of the problem is sum reduction. The problem code is sum reduction. The difficulty rating of the problem is easy and the prerequisite is ad hoc. Let's start with reading the problem statement over here. So guys, problem says you are given an array A of n elements. In one operation, you may choose two distinct indices I and j such that the bitwise AND of A of I and j is 0, that is AI and A of j equal to 0. Then remove both A of I and A of j from the array. Insert the sum A of I plus A of j back into the array. Determine whether it is possible to reduce the array to exactly one element after performing a finite number of operations. Input format. The first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting the number of test cases. Each test case consists of two lines of input. The first line of each test case contains a single integer n denoting the size of the array. The second line of each test case contains n space-separate integers a1, a2, a of n denoting the elements of the array. Output format. For each test case, output yes if the array can be reduced to exactly one element, otherwise output no. You may print each character of the string in uppercase or lowercase. Consist for t less from 1 to 100, for n less from 1 to 100, a of I less from 0 to 2 to the power 30. So guys, now let's understand the sample test in the question. More please over here. So guys, this question is very straightforward. It says you are given an array A of n elements in one operation. You may choose two distinct indices I and j such that bitwise and of both of the elements is 0 and a of, that is a of I and a of j equal to 0. Then we have to remove both of the elements from the array and we have to add the sum of those elements back into the array. So we have to determine whether it is possible to reduce the array to exactly one element. The length should be 1. Okay. Let's take the first test case. In the first test case, we have got 3 and 4, which their AND will be 0, and we can merge them to 7. So only one element is left. So output is simply yes. So guys, I think the test case is pretty much clear. Now let's move to a simple solution. Our operation takes two elements a of I and a of j that don't share any set bits, deletes them, and then inserts a of I plus a of j into the array. Note that if a of I and a of j don't share any set bits, then set bits of a of I plus a of j are exactly all bits set in either a of I or a of j. This means that performing an operation doesn't lose any bit set in the array. Our objective is to end up with only a single element. This single element obviously can contain any bit at most once. However, since our operation doesn't lose any bits, this means the initial array must also contain every bit at most once. If some bit appears two or more times, we will never be able to merge together two occurrences of elements containing the bits, right? So thus a necessary condition for the answer to be yes is that every bit appears in at most one element of A. It's easy to see that this condition is also sufficient. If every bit appears at most once, it means that no pair of elements share any bits at all. That is, the bitwise AND of any pair of element is 0. This means we can simply repeatedly merge any pair of elements and we will end up with a single element in the end. So all that needs to be done is to check whether each bit appears at most once in the array. This can be done in O of 30 times n time by running a check for each bit from 0 to 30, or in O of n squared time by checking if a of I and a of j equal to 0 for all pairs I, j. These constraints are low, so either approach is fast enough. So guys, I think the solution is very much clear. Now let's move towards a simple C++ code. So guys, this is my simple C++ code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as my array. I initialize answer equal to 0, running a for loop, at the last simply printing my answer. And as you can see that guys, I've got my C++ code, right? Now let's move toward my Python code. So guys, this is my similar Python code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as my array, as well as I initialize answer equal to yes, running to for my two for loops, doing my operation, and the last simply printing my answer. And as you can see that guys, I have got my Python code as well as right. So guys, I think the solution, the code and the approach is pretty much clear. Now let's meet in the next video. Thank you so much guys for watching our videos.